My name is Rocco, and this is my Super Bowl experience.
On the first day, we landed in Phoenix Sky Harbor International, grabbed our luggage, and found our new home for the next week and a half. During the first event of the trip, I got to meet a group of mentors and an orientation to discuss everyone's roles inside and outside the company. The next day, we were involved in getting professional headshots done, followed by info sessions from a few group of mentors. Several team members and I eventually got lunch and experienced In-N-Out Burger for the first time, a food chain primarily on the West Coast. The third day began with a visit and tour of Chase Field, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Once the tour concluded, there was an info session with members of the sales department for the Arizona Diamondbacks and a member of the social media team for the Phoenix Suns. After these sessions, we went to the Super Bowl Host Committee Center to pick up credentials to work the assigned events during the big game. Footprint Center was hosting the Super Bowl opening day event, and members from both teams came out on stage to answer interview questions. Stars from both teams arrived, including Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, and Jason Kelce. The following day began with a visit to Temp Diablo Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Angels spring training ground. After that, we headed to the site of the Super Bowl, had our first in-person training session, and showed the groups where they would work and acquire uniforms to prepare for the big game. The itinerary for the fifth day of this opportunity included visiting the Fiesta Bowl Museum. WVU's football program was engraved on a trophy and had their helmet on the wall. And we also got to check out Adam Brenneman's podcast where he talked to JC Horn. The sixth day began with the first work shift of the trip. The convention center is where I was assigned to work for the event. The following day consisted of working another shift, this time guarding a stage during a podcast. Most of the next day was spent resting and recovering as the team was exhausted from a packed itinerary. We visited a rooftop eatery with a luxurious pool and a beautiful view of the mountains in the distance. This location was right across the street from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. Super Bowl Sunday began with an early start at 3:50 a.m. After multiple shuttles, credential pickups, and another in-person training session, the group made their way to State Farm Stadium for the big game. Once they arrived at the stadium, personnel immediately sent attendants to their stations. My job title for this event was Event Operations Assistant, where duties pertained to standing in front of a seating section that was designated for media personnel and directing them to locations in which they belonged to set up their equipment. Once the game officially ended, the confetti was shot and fireworks burst into the air. Chiefs fans were crying with joy and hugging everyone around them. Eagle fans were exiting in a rage while saying some rather inappropriate things. My final duties for the event concluded by standing at different locations near the exit and directing media personnel. This experience was easily one of the most extraordinary opportunities I have been offered. The event established an inspiring learning experience with so much helpful information. Additionally, getting the chance to network with people within the industry serves lasting benefits. I made friends and can envision myself staying in contact with them. One day they may be able to assist me with the hurdles I may encounter in my professional career. And that was my experience at this year's Super Bowl 57.